Hey, my name is Jessica Crate, tuning in for another segment. And today we're going to be talking about one of the issues I'm most passionate about. There are so many that I could talk about, but when asked, what am I most passionate about right now today? It's prevention or lack thereof. So a lot of you know my history and my story. I'm originally from Canada, grew up all over the US, and then moved back to Canada for middle school and high school, and was a really good runner back in the day and trained on a very competitive level. And I remember being a kid and getting a doctor's kit and wanting to become a physician. My grade 8 paper was on becoming a doctor, and then my whole plan was set out to become a physician, be an orthopedic, work in surgical, and help individuals who were injured. Well, I realized throughout the journey, going through college and learning about medical, majored in pre-med and minored in psychology and French. After graduating, instead of pursuing my goals as an elite runner, I pursued my goals as a doctor and studied abroad for a little bit, came back, and then instead of going to medical school, I jumped into medical device sales and then ended up in pharmaceutical sales. And you can probably see where I'm going with this, knowing that I'm in health and wellness now. But what I witnessed firsthand was the neglect, just day in and day out. Yes, I was passionate about the products I was selling, and don't get me wrong, there is a place for medicine. However, when you're putting patients on a product, a drug, that masks side effects, gives them more side effects, and is trying to do something that the body's not designed to do, you end up going through this whole rat race of side effects, co-pays, insurance, masking, getting on something else to help that side effect, and it just becomes this tumultuous system that you get caught in. So, witnessing firsthand, one of the generic products that one of my patients got switched on to back when I was working in a pharmaceutical company, one of the doctors prescribed the branded product we had to a patient. The patient ended up going to the pharmacy to get it filled. The pharmacist switched that product to a generic because of co-pays and insurance. The patient ended up taking that product, the generic one, got a stroke, and ended up passing away. And 4 years ago, that used to make me cry. Now it burns me up and it gets me on fire to educate people on prevention, wellness. And what is prevention? I truly believe today, in this day and age, we live in a sick care industry. People don't want to prevent it. They want to wait until they either get sick, ill, or injured before they turn around and do something about it. And that was me. And if you're watching this, you probably can empathize with, having to go through either a failure or an illness or disease or something in your life before you went and did something about it. So for me, I was training for the Olympics. I wanted to get out of the pharmaceutical industry. I didn't know how. And I was overtraining, I was over racing. Nobody really ever taught me how to run. I mean, I've had amazing coaches, I've had world-class training, but no one ever really sat me down and said, here are the fundamentals to become a better runner. So trust, I'm going to get to the point on prevention, but here's my story and what got me passionate about this. I was racing for the Olympic trials in 2011. And that was my ticket out of the corporate industry, was to go to the London Games. And in the Boston Marathon, I'm racing. I'd been overtraining. I'd been winning all these races. And I wasn't giving my body a break. I'm like, one more race, one more, just one more, right? How many times have you said that in your life and ended up with failure? So marathon, and at mile 14 everything was on track. We're knocking off our splits, and I was going to qualify for the Olympic trials. How exciting is that? Well, at mile 14 of the Boston Marathon, something tragic happened. I ended up snapping my foot, broke my foot, and I shattered it. And I kept running that race on a broken foot. I ended up crossing the finish line by God's power and will only. And as soon as I crossed the finish line, I crumpled to the ground. The adrenaline left, the pain rushed in, and I was rushed to a medical tent. And I remember sitting in a medical tent that day with an IV in my arm, just painful, tears gushing, just realizing that, man, not only did I shatter my foot, but I just shattered my dreams of going to the Olympics. And that day I remembered saying, oh my gosh, Jessica, what are you going to do about it? You obviously weren't doing something right, which led you to breaking your foot. You now need to figure out how to prevent this from ever happening again and help other people do the same. So after that, I started researching. I started looking into everything to recover, because athletes, if you can't run or perform or compete in the area of expertise that you love, it like crushes you. And So I went full steam ahead, and fortunately a gentleman shared something with me, and now I work for the last 5 years. I've worked in nutraceutical, which is nutrition and health. Nutrigenomics is a study of natural health for your body. So getting back to basics, right? Keep it simple, silly. Get back to basics, to the root of really how your body's designed. Get your body in a level of homeostasis and balance. So I am so passionate about the product that I promote, the people that I work with, because really if you can help people get in alignment, when your body is in alignment, your mind becomes clear and you can find your soul's passion. I just got off of a Tony Robbins event, and he says, elevate your state, change your story, and literally you're going to succeed, because if you can change those things around you, you can become a better person. So what is prevention? You know, we say that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, right? It's like Darren Hardy talks about the compound effect. Small things over time lead to either massive success or massive failure. So leaving the sick care industry, getting back into health and wellness, I'll be doing a lot of talking on prevention, about changing the way not only your body is designed to function, but helping you to use what God's given you to do better in all walks of life. You know, I'm passionate about running and yoga, so helping people get their bodies in alignment that way to become more efficient runners, athletes, people in general is key. And then also for your health, you know, what is your body designed to do to achieve homeostasis, balance, naturally the way your body's designed, because everybody is unique and different. So let's get back to basics. I am so passionate about this, you know, taking actionable steps to really get to that way. So figure out what you're struggling with, figure out what you need to do to get there. And then let's talk. Let's get some simple action steps. Changing one thing a day, you know, what they say about prevention, changing one little thing a day. Maybe you're replacing water instead of Coke. Replace your Coke with water. And get up and do 30 minutes of exercise daily. You know, little things that you can do to prevent heart disease, to prevent cancer, to prevent sickness, to prevent bankruptcy. Invest a little bit every day. So figure out those small little things that maybe you're struggling with, and then do one little thing to change that. And over time, that leads to massive success. So don't focus on the end result. Focus on the here and now. Get present, get grounded, get rooted in the moment today. Figure out what you're most passionate about. Find what you need to do to get there, and then just do one thing every day that'll get you to that massive goal. So we call it a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. Find one little thing and let's drive forward to success together, so we can not only prevent the sick care industry from taking over, but to really help health and wellness grow on the rise. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Jessica Crate here. I look forward to hearing you and talking to you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.